Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Mid-Atlantic Bowling League's Chaos Cup. We are closing out week 2 tonight. Well, almost closing out week 2 tonight. We've got a double header for you this evening. We've got a very, very interesting one to start with. Tonight, we're going to get started with the Dangerous Knights crew versus Lizard Wizard Gizzfest. Connor versus Malik, Dark Elves versus Norse. Let's take a look at the standings before we take a look at these two teams. I switched my foot pedal over to the right foot. We'll see how long it lasts, how long I remember this for before I just start talking and nobody can hear me. In Division A, here in week 2, in first place is currently Ajax's The Fishy Fiends. They are 2-0-0. It's a Chaos Renegade team. Malik says it's a soft G. Nope, it's a hard G. I beg to differ. BB Nuts, Bowling Broncos. Whoa, what is happening? Oh! So you couldn't hear that. My phone is connected to my computer, and all of a sudden I start getting a phone call. Anyway, BB Nuts, Bowling Broncos, currently in second place. They're a Nurgle team, 1-1-0 is their record. They are followed very closely behind by Galeshi's, the Birds of a Feather Elven Union team. They're in third place with a record of 1-1-0. We are in Division A for this first game this evening. Malik and SP Beaver, welcome to the stream. In Division B, currently in first place is Spire's Philosopher's Song. A Lizardman team, 1-1-0 is their record. In second place, S Beavers, Wooden Men and Iron Trees. They're a Wood Elf team. Naturally, 1-1-0 is their record. And in third place, Cobblestorm's Gunner Gets a Goblin team, currently undefeated, 1-0-0. And in Division C, Clypheus's Odin It's Snuffle, a Norse team. They are 2-0-0, one of just two teams who are currently 2-0-0. Doug the Minotaur's Dinnerbell Darlings, they're in second place. They're a dwarf team, 1-0-0 is their record. They're going to be looking to go 2-0 tonight. They are in the second game of our doubleheader this evening, and Kong Kills Entanglements, currently in third place. An Imperial Nobility team, 1-0-0 is their record. Let's take a look at the home team tonight. Dangerous Knights crew coming in at a TV of 1 million gold. 11 players on this roster. Has all 4 blitzers on the roster. Has a runner, and the rest are linemen. 1 dedicated fan, 2 rerolls. They're going to be up against the Norse of the Lizard Wizard Gizzfest. They also have 11 on the roster. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, 12 on the roster, is it? 12 on the roster. Also coming in at a TV of 1 million gold. They have 2 of the Valkyries, 2 All-Foreigners, 1 Berserker, a bunch of linemen, and of course, Wawa the Beer Boar, 1 Oppo, 1 dedicated fan, 2 rerolls. How are these two teams going to play tonight? Let's take a look at the visiting team first. This Norse team, I think this is going to be a real tough matchup for the Dark Elf team this tonight. And I mean, you can look on paper here, right? Lots of block, lots of frenzy. They're up against a low TV elf team. Yes, they have all 4 blitzers, but otherwise don't really have a whole lot of skills to speak of. The Lizard Wizard Gizzfest instead has the 2 Valkyries, 2 All-Foreigners, and the Norse Berserker. Look at that. They have 3 frenzy players. The Valkyries, sure, they have catch and pass, but really, and they have Dauntless, of course, but really, this is the skill that makes them really scary in this matchup. Strip ball. They can go in, they can cage bust. They can take a block, take a 1-die block even on the ball carrier, strip that ball away, recover, score. All the linemen have block. That is absolutely fantastic. They're all drunkards, which means they don't really want to rush. They fail a rush on a 1 or a 2, not just a 1. And they have the Beer Boar and Wawa. The Beer Boar, of course, as everybody knows, has pick me up in a 3-space radius at the beginning of their turn. They'll roll a D6 on a 5+. Any friendlies who are prone will stand up for free. But I think something that's getting missed with these Beer Boars here is that they're basically snotlings, right? They're a 2+ dodge anywhere you want them to be. So you can get that assist. You can also bring them in there for a foul. They're only 20k. You lose a Beer Boar, who cares? So great foulers, great for getting the assist where you need it as well. These 3 players with Frenzy means more block dice being tossed by Malik. Everybody with block means he has more accurate or more consistent blocks as well. The Valkyrie, of course, with strip ball is very, very scary. This is a very scary matchup for this Elven team. Really, the only disadvantage I see for the Norse team is how frail they are. They have AV 8+ across the board, save for the Beer Boar, who's even weaker. This is the elf team that has the more resilient armor. Everybody has 9+ except for the runner. but they don't have any other skills. They have a lot of speed, but they can't really outpace the Norse team. They have 7 MA7, or 4, 5, I'll get there, 5 MA7 players, sure, and the Norse team only has 2. But still, the slowest piece for each team is an MA of 6. So they don't really have a significant speed advantage. They do have a significant AG advantage, of course, and they only have the 4 blitzers. They also have that runner that has the dump-off skill. What I think Connor's, from what I understand, and correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I understand, Connor's new to the game of Blood Bowl. This is a tough matchup to be in week 2. and I think that's because what Connor's really going to have to do, if the Dangerous Knights crew wants to win this game, oh boy, it's going to be a very delicate match where they're really trying to sucker the Norse team into frenzy traps, right? Trying to get this Norse team to really, dump a bunch of rerolls or find themselves in a position where they now have to take an uphill block. They can't really rely on the sidelines because of the 3 frenzy players. If the Dark Elf team finds any one of their pieces within 2 spaces of the sidelines, then you can bet Malik's going to be looking for that and trying to surf those pieces. You'll see 2 frenzy pieces almost certainly in the wide zones, 1 in center pitch that gives him the maximum width of the pitch to threaten the frenzy with. And that's going to shrink down the pitch for this Dark Elf team, especially on offense. That means that they really aren't going to be going toward the sidelines unless they're caging up. And if they start caging up, now you've got a whole bunch of Norsemen with a lot of block who are going to just start throwing fists in your face. If the Dangerous Knights crew can really set up their positioning and take their marks in such a way that that the Norse team doesn't want to block back, that would be great, because then the Dangerous Knights crew can take their blocks, and they're looking at an armor break on an 8+ instead of a 9+, but it's going to be so tricky because they're going to have to eat the blocks first from the Norsemen who have frenzy, who have all that block on their roster. It's really going to be careful positioning in order to prevent that, meaning lining players up so that it's going to take a bunch of Norsemen to try to take the blocks coming back. And he just doesn't have the skills really to match the Norse skills. So we'll see what happens tonight. Nothing happening in the inducement phase. Just the 2 rerolls for each team. That's not a whole lot. Maybe one of these coaches tries to suck up all the team rerolls from the other team, forcing the other coach into a position where they've got to spend rerolls, or they've got to take risky actions at the beginning of their turn. But I think the Norse team, at least on paper, I think they have the advantage tonight. So without any more yammering, I'm going to go over to Discord. I'm going to see if coaches are ready to go, and we'll get this game 1 of our doubleheader tonight underway. Nobody in voice chat. We'll see if the game is ready to go. Looks like clear skies for this matchup. SP Beaver says it's like a drunken Speedy Dwarf team. Clear skies for the matchup. The Dwarven team does have, the runner has the dump off ability, and that's something that Malik's going to have to not sleep on. That skill means that, so the Dark Elf team, obviously they're going to try to run the ball, but if they get into a position where there's a block on the ball carrier, even with the strip ball player, if that ball carrier is the runner's going to be able to interrupt the turn and try to dump the ball off with a quick pass. And so they'll always want to have somebody set up as the potential receiver for that. And they can keep the drive alive by doing that. They can keep the drive going with a quick pass that interrupts the opposing team. It's just a matter of keeping that ball safe, which it probably will be if the ball carrier is getting blitzed. Nothing going on in the inducement phase. It's 1 million versus 1 million. The Dangerous Knights crew wins the toss. They're going to choose to receive. So this Norse team, to set up their defense for the first game, you know what? I said it was clear skies last night. Let's just double check. There it is. And it wasn't. 12 on the roster for the Gizzfest. Ajax the Riot with the raid. Thank you very, very much. Welcome to the stream. Welcome, Raiders. Appreciate it, Ajax. How's it going? Welcome to game one of our doubleheader this evening. That's right. Welcome, Ajax. Thanks again for the raid. I appreciate it. The Gizzfest. Gizzfest. Currently setting up with 2 in the left wide zone. BB Nut, welcome to the stream. BB Nut rooting for Connor, demanding that they kill a bunch of Norsemen since they have to play. They have to play the Gizzfest next week. Again, the weakness on this roster is their low AV. 3 on the line, 2 in either wide zone. They have a Valkyrie as the safety and 1 in the right wide zone as well. 2 frenzy pieces in the left wide zone, 1 on the right. That Beer Boar is as a linebacker, trying to maximize the amount of spaces he can cover for that pick-me-up trait. 4 on the line currently for the Dark Elf team, 1 in the right wide zone, 3 back to receive. They're going up on the line. All right, so the runner naturally back to receive has one of the blitzers, Boss Lady, as a fullback. Here's the kick, deep kick. Weather looks to be the same. And that's going to be a touchback. It's going to go into the hands of the runner, and we'll get turn 1 underway here. I am trying to do my part. Again, I apologize if this isn't true, but I believe Connor is brand new, not just to the league, but to the game of Blood Bowl. So we'll see how they end up playing here. I love this game so much. I love watching brand new players. I love watching seasoned vets as well. It's just, I just love games, man. It's so much fun. Tough matchup for this Dark Elf team here in week number 2 of the season. Currently advances the ball all the way up to the 6-yard line as the first action. Needs an assist on all 3 of these blocks. Moves one in on the left side, but the block would be without the block skill currently. Repositioning players to try to get a little bit of protection on the ball carrier. Advancing very far forward here at turn 1. Has to be a little careful with the frenzy pieces. I might have stayed back a little bit, but caging up here on turn 1. Good tactic. Has the ball on the 6-yard line. Currently has a 2-die on Evil Death Roll. There it is. Gets the knockdown, looking for the 8+. All these linemen, these are tough blocks without using your blitzers to take the block because the linemen... Oh, breaks armor! The Norse linemen all have the block skill. Gets a set out of this. Now it's either 2 more blocks, or they'll dodge away, or something, or a guy will come in, a player will come in and assist, or something. Blitz still on the table. Whoo! 3+ dodge by Matthias Sneak against King Gizzard, the number 1 Valkyrie in the right wide zone. 1 die blitz over in the left wide zone. This will be a both standing result. Doesn't spend the reroll. 2+ to dodge away. We'll see if it happens. Really needs to be careful of staying on the sideline. Ooh, needs to be careful staying on the sideline. This might be a surf. Turn 1 now for the Gizzfest. SPB were asked, what is the drunken ability on the lineman? Is that a 3+ for rushes? Correct. Rushes fail on a 1 or a 2, not just a 1. Beer Boar advances forward. No assist by the Beer Boar just yet. Now has the assists he needs. He'll block number 9 first, the taxidermist. Currently the center for the offensive team. The safety Valkyrie comes up for the block. Trying to avoid the 1 die on the follow-up here. Gets a knockdown out of it. So no surf this turn. Breaks armor. Doesn't need it. Doesn't need it. There it is. 1-man player advantage for the Gizzfest. Yeah, Malik saw the opportunity to get the surf here and absolutely took it. Two-die block over on the right side here. This is with that number 7 lineman who dodged into position to mark the Valkyrie. Gets a push out of this. Two-die block on Matthias Sneak again. This time gets the pal, looking for a 9+. He got the 9+. It's stunned. One removed elf, 2 stun ones, 1 die block on number 9. Oh, that's right, because he's marked over here on the corner. I think the beer boar is going to be eating some dice here to me. Turn 2 now for the Dangerous Knights crew. Come on, little boar, I believe in you. I believe in you. BBNet says, I had an ogre-sized acorn commissioned for my tabletop event. Nut Bowl 2. Want to see it? I absolutely want to see it. An ogre-sized acorn? Acorn the squirrel? Let's go. Absolutely. It's not just... It's not just... That's brilliant. That's not just an ogre-sized acorn. That is an ogre acorn. That's great. Absolutely great. If you two would like to see this ogre acorn, there's the link to Discord. You can check it out in the Blood Bowl channel. Shifting players over to the right here. Takes a mark on number 10, Big Fig Wasp. Ball carrier shifts laterally to the right, just outside the right wide zone on the 6. It's absolutely marvelous. It's so good. It's so good. Dodge into a blitz. 2-die blitz against Robot Stop. Robot Stop! 8+. Breaks armor here. No armor break. Good 2+ dodge. Sends another elf down pitch. This is going to be Corned Beast. But number 10 elf. Ooh, elf lineman skull here. Will they re-roll the skull or not? Going to take the skull. That'll be a turnover. Continuing to threaten players down pitch. Turn 2 now for the Gizzfest. Valkyrie shifting back to mid-pitch. This is the Valkyrie on the left side. Lizard Wizard, the number 2 Valkyrie. I've noticed I switch between saying Valkyrie and Valkyrie. I don't know why. Two-die blitz on the front right corner of the cage here. It's going to have to be a reroll to keep the drive alive. SP Beaver says it's the first one, right? I think both are fine. Like, there's a game series I adore from a company I adore. The game series is called Valkyrie Profile. I call that Valkyrie. Gets a KO here. Has to follow up due to Frenzy. Now has a mark on the ball. 2-man player advantage for the Gizzfest. Beer Boar still alive, takes a mark on number 3, gets the 2-die block in the POW. I love the Beer Boar, man. 9+ breaks armor here. Not the Beer Boar, man. I love the Beer Boar, man. Gets another armor break. These are supposed to be the resilient elves. An ogre-sized Beer Boar. Run Bad with the raid. Thank you so very much. Welcome, Raiders. Welcome to the first game of our doubleheader this evening. Thank you very much, Run Bad. I very much appreciate it. How was the stream tonight? Two Sheds Pete, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. Thank you very much, Run Bad. Thanks again for the raid as well. If you're new to the stream, this is the first game of our doubleheader this evening. This first game is against, it's between Connor and Malik. Connor, again, I'm going to be saying this, and it turns out I'm wrong. But I'm pretty sure Connor is new, not just to the league, but new to the game of Blood Bowl. So that's very exciting. That's a lot of fun, at least for me. Another armor break and another stun. Gizzfest on the bonus clock. 5 minutes, 44 seconds left on the clock. Turn 3 now for the Dangerous Knights crew. BB Nut says, I see you have lizards this week. That's a shock. A shock in your league. Yep. I ended up in the division with 3 lizard teams. That's where I am. SP Beaver says they're clearly not wearing the Wood Elf armor from last night. They are not. Blitz right out of the gate. The 1-die blitz on Mr. Beat gets the knockdown here, looking for an 8+. Oh, I didn't tell you. Oh, yeah. Got an armor. Wow. I mean, that's a jaw break. you just have a broken jaw. You need to get that wired back shut. That's a lot of money and time and a lot of pain. Good stun here. I don't have a meeting tonight. Hooray! Which is a shame because I got a long-standing thing done, which will be good for our business development plans this year. So I don't get to show that off, I guess. BBNet says, am I seeing this right? We will have only 2 teams on 2 weeks after 2 weeks. I don't know what that means, so I'm not sure. Continues moving the blitzer here. Takes a mark on invisible face. Oh, 2 wins, yeah. Yeah, well, so far, anyway, there's only 2 teams with 2 wins. There could be more from the teams that had the bye in week 1. Yeah, I made a comment on that in the pregame. It's very interesting. Caging up down on the opposing 6-yard line, but be careful here. This cage is already marked here and here. So this cage could be broken, and there could be dice on the ball. Although, good presence of mind here for Connor as a new coach. A lot of new coaches forget that after they take a blitz that they can keep moving. And so Connor reposition the blitzer after the block. I would forget that all the time. Yeah, so Doug the Minotaur is up tonight in Game 2 this evening. Doug the Minotaur is currently 1-0-0. He could end up 2-0-0 tonight. Con Kill could end up as 2-0-0 at some point. Cobblestorm could be 2-0-0 at some point. But hopefully not. Beerport repositions on the right side of the cage. .34 seconds left on the clock here in turn 3 for the Gizzfest. We're down to 1 reroll for the half. There's the 2-die on number 10 on the front right corner of the cage. Got the pal. Looking for a 9+ here. Didn't get the armor break. Doesn't follow up. Be looking to blitz the ball carrier. Probably with the Valkyrie. Yeah. So here's that dump-off skill we talked about in the pregame. So Dangerous Knights crew pauses the action right now. They can do a quick pass. And they can try to get this ball to someone else and keep the drive going. Oh, I don't like how I can move that. It makes me feel like I'm about to make something fail. So passes to the back right corner of the cage, failed pickup, and now the action continues. Or failed catch, I should say. Catcher marked by 2 players, made that a 5+. Here's the blitz. 2-die blitz, gets the knockdown here, looking for an 8+ to take out this runner. Has to follow up, and he did it. Well done. The runner removed. Big loss for the Stark Elf team here. Gets the knockdown on the would-be receiver of the dump-off pass. What is this? What is this? Is that like treasure? 50-50 pickup by the Valkyrie. Wow, getting eager for the ball. I don't know if they're going to spend their final reroll on this. We'll see. Every time I see a wolf wearing it, I think it would kill the werewolf and is wearing it. Spent the reroll, so now the Gizzfest down to no rerolls for the half. They do have possession of the ball. Lizard Wizard, the number 2 Valkyrie, in possession of the ball. Did I block on number 8? Oh, gonna push him into the X. Don't push him there. He just won $1 million gold for his team. X marks the spot. Or maybe this is tic-tac-toe and this is like some big brain play where it's both an X and an O. Lots of blocks taken by the Gizzfest, but they are down to just 3 minutes, 35 seconds left on the bonus clock for the duration of the game. Turn 4 now for the Dangerous Knights crew. Dangerous Knights crew lost their runner. That's a pretty significant loss. Just one of two positionals on this roster. They have the lineman, they have the 4 blitzers, they have the runner. The runner's out for the rest of the game. I think they're down. Yeah, they're down 1 blitzer. But that's okay. Remember, everybody on this roster has an edge of 2+. Everybody's a potential ball carrier on this roster. 50-50 dodge fails. Spends a reroll and now marks the ball carrier. Sneak. The number 7 lineman snuck away to take a mark on the ball carrier. Hooah! It's very loud for just like doing a nip up. Like you can be a little quieter, taxidermist. Or if a nip up really causes you that much pain, maybe don't do it. Maybe your nip up years are past you. "30 seconds left on the clock in turn 4 for Dangerous Knights crew. They have 1 reroll remaining for the half. They were on offense, lost the ball here. Lost the ball on the 6. Now trying to recover it. Good dodge to a rush to mark Big Fig Wasp. Now the 2-die block on Big Fig Wasp. Gets the knockdown. 8+ is not a lot. Can he break armor here? Dangerous Knights crew on the bonus clock. No armor break. That's what the X means. The X means you can't break armor if you're standing in that space. Yeah. 2-die stand-up blitz on the ball carrier. Only gets a push out of this. Oh my goodness. Wow. Did the 50-50 dodge, no problem. The scale of Zlatland is like, come on, man. Child's play. Finally fails a 3+. About 4 spaces forward of the ball. See if they spin the reroll here. They do spin. Woo-hoo! They spent the reroll. Dodges galore. They stay on their feet. Boss lady on those dodges. Boss lady wants to talk to the manager. Final turn of the first quarter coming up. The Gizzfest in possession of the ball on defense. They're on the opposing 2-yard line right now. Two-die block against the favorite of the Horned Rat. And Chaos in the Old World. Such a great game. Gets a push out of this. It is. It is. It's. I don't know if I'd ever want to stand there. .45 seconds left in the first quarter. Gizzfest currently marked by 3 elves. Looking for a way to try to get out of this conundrum. I think it's probably going to involve a block by Gamma Knife to a positive dodge by the ball carrier. Darkest Dung with the raid. Thank you very much. Welcome to the stream, Raiders. Thank you, Darkest Dung. I appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. How's it going? Two-die blitz. Oh, no. Oh, that's going to be a turnover. Gets the both down result, but works out on the trade. Gets another removal. So we're at a 3-man player advantage now for the Gizzfest. Oh, thank you, Darkest Dung. I appreciate it. Second quarter begins. Dangerous Knights crew with an opportunity to try to recover this ball and get their offense going again. And a little bit of a scrum right now. Low TV Dark Elf team, again, we talked about this in the pregame. I think on paper at least they're at a disadvantage against the Snor's team. SPVer says, I feel neither of the teams have the armor for this mess. Well, one can hope. One die block on Big Fig Wasp gets a push here. The 2+ dodge. Everybody on this team is an edge of 2. Every positive dodge will be a 2+. Uphill block on the Valkyrie is going to be a turnover. Lizard Wizard says, not tonight. Turn 5 for the Gizzfest. Took the block with a good piece, took it with the blitzer, but sometimes Knuffle has other plans for you. Turn 5 for Gizzfest. Still in possession of this ball. And now in a pretty decent position to get this ball free. It's just about keeping the ball safe, really. Wawa the beer boar is going to come in on the right side. Knuffle said, no. Nope. 2-9 block on Sneak. Gets the knockdown thanks to the block skill. Beaver says, that boar is missing so many possible fouls. 3-die block down on Sneak. Gets the knockdown, looking for a 9+. Gizzfest doing a really good job of leaning into their strengths on the roster, their roster strengths with the skills they have. We saw Malik at the first opportunity to get the serve with a frenzy player. He did it. He positioned those frenzy players in either wide zone. Player you can see over here, player parked himself too close to the sideline, and Malik absolutely was going to surf, but didn't need it. Got the removal on the first block. Takes a mark on Boss Lady. Why not a Boss Lady, one of the blitzers? 2-die block on the favorite of the Horned Rat. Gets a push. Evil Death Roll moves down pitch as well. Now on the opposing 4-yard line. Is he gonna try to shuffle the ball off to the 6 over here is the question. Gizzfest back on the bonus clock down to 3 minutes 7 seconds. I was gonna say 9 minutes. That's exactly what he's gonna do. So he's gonna park the ball over on the 6. Part of this half cage, sort of half cage, is marked by Constance. So we could see, or could we see a blitzing the ball? 2-die block on number 11 gets a push. Turn 6 for Dangerous Knights crew. Just 2 minutes 30 seconds left on the clock for the Gizzfest. The Gizzfest moved King Gizzard to mark the number 1 blitzer. Try to prevent this 2-die block by the blitzer on number 6. Rushes old branch. We've seen old Branch before. Rushes old Branch into position in front of the ball carrier, one space away. Takes the one die block on Gamma Knife. Wow, got the pal. We'll follow up for sure. Got an armor break out of it too. That's a great stun for the Dangerous Knights crew. So now they've got a mark on the ball carrier, and the blitz is still on the table. Probably can't take it with the block skill. Yeah, but it's gonna come from a lineman. 2-die block gets the knockdown. Well done. 8+ will break. Armor on Lizard Wizard. No armor break. Where does the ball bounce? The ball bounces into the hands of Evil Death Roll. Who recovers? Look, man, he's been training all week. He just wants to score a touchdown. That's all he wants. Oh, you thought. Monster Coach, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. Thank you very, very much. 2+ dodge to take a mark on the new ball carrier, Evil Death Roll, the number 13 lineman. The linemen on a Norse team all come with the block skill. They also, I was going to say thick-headed, thick-skulled. But they're also all drunkards. So they really don't want to be rushing. Apparently, neither do the elves. Failed dodge here into a stud. Turn 6 for the Gizzfest now. Scrum reforming just a few spaces away from where it was earlier in the half. Here's a 2-die blitz. Gets a push out of this. Gorham, the number 3 blitzer, getting pushed aside. Still doesn't clear the ball carrier. The ball carrier marked by number 11. Who got Tloa? Who got Tloa? Three-man player advantage for the Gizzfest. Beerboard repositions just a couple spaces over to the left. 2-die block now on Corned Beast, which I'm going to say corned beef absolutely before this game is over. No armor break here. Remember, all these Frenzy players, actions in Blood Bowl are optional unless stated otherwise. There's a few skills that are mandatory. Frenzy is one of them. They have to follow up on their blocks. And if the first block they take is part of a push, they've got to follow up, they've got to block again. And so, failed 3+ dodge. Failed 3+ dodge. Gizzfest loses possession of the ball. Turn 7 now for the Dangerous Knights crew. They've got to end this turn in scoring position if they want to get on the board this half. Yeah, Frenzy can be tricky, especially for new coaches. Because you set up your first block, you get a 2-die block, you're like, oh, great, this is awesome. And then you get a push, and you push them away, and you have to follow up and take another block, and then you might find yourself now taking a 2-die uphill block. Or another trap you can get yourself into is maybe you move your maximum, or let's say you have an enemy of 6, you move 5, you spend your last point on your block, but now you have to follow up to the Frenzy. That's a rush, and you've got to roll a rush die. You have to be careful with Frenzy. Frenzy can be a boon or a bane. You just have to learn how to use it, and you have to be careful of where your frenzy follow-up might position you. One die block. That's a knockdown thanks to the block skill. Good 2+ dodge, way down pitch. Number 10, he's going to be the one threatening to score. He's 2 spaces away. Well, he'd have to rush to get further. If he gets pushed 1 space back, I have to imagine Nonagon Infinity will be the blitz. So what'll happen is Nonagon Infinity will come down this way, blitz the player, just needs the 1 push. If he gets the 1 push with an MA of 6, here's 3, here's 6, here's 2 with the rush. Now they're not in scoring position anymore. Uphill block. Uphill. That was uphill, wasn't it? Let's see. Yeah, that was an uphill block. Didn't work out. Turn 7 now for the Gizzfest. My hero, the beer boar, is still on the pitch. So the only scoring threat is number 10. We'll see if the Gizzfest shut that down here. Gizzfest also wanting to score. 2-die block gets a pal on Gorham, the number 3 blitzer. SP Beaver asks, has the beer boar helped anyone yet? Yes, with his charm and fun demeanor. That's right. 3+ pickup. Ooh, moves the Valkyrie back. Rushes into position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now the Valkyrie. I did it again! Valkyrie! What is wrong with me? The Valkyrie in scoring position on the 12-yard line, just outside the right wide zone. It's going to set up a little bit of a screen here to try to keep her safe. But Valkyrie Profile is an awesome game. Everyone should play it. Should play the whole... Well, you can play the first game, but the whole series is great. But the first game is the best. Here comes the beer boar. Gizzfest back on the bonus clock here. Taking the blitz, pushing the player down towards the pitch. Probably should have blitzed from the other direction, I think. Gets the follow up here, gets the knockdown. Doesn't matter if you could remove him from the pitch. Good removal. That's another permanent removal. They'll never get past the boar. Final turn here for the Dangerous Knights crew in this half. They were on offense, lost possession of the ball, and now are in danger of going down 0-1. 4-man player advantage for the Gizzfest currently. BB Nuts. BB Nuts Ogre Acorn is my favorite thing ever. It's if you weren't here for that conversation, you can check it out on Discord there. BB Nut, a real nut. Oh, failed the 2+ dodge. That's unfortunate. This half's going to end 1-0. Gizzfest are going to take the lead. BB Nut commissioned a piece for his tabletop league. which is Acorn the Squirrel as an ogre, and it is awesome. He posted pictures in the Discord. It's a lot of fun. There it is, 1-0. Well done by the Gizzfest. They're going to be on offense to start the second half of this game as well. We'll see if any of these KOs come back. I can't even remember how many were KOs. Just 2, and only one's going to come back. Coming up after this game, we're going to have the second game of our doubleheader. It's going to be the Dinner Bell Darlings versus As Bad As Raiders. Doug the Minotaur versus Electrics Man. That will be Dwarfs versus Undead. That's scheduled for 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so it's UTC -5. But what will probably happen, this game will not end. This game will not end at 9. So there's another game going on that we bumped for this game. We'll probably go check in on that game prior to the Dinner Bell Darlings match. That's going to be Tizork Savage Boys versus NC Snakes. Tizzle Bizzle versus Moob. That's Orcs versus... I don't know. Let's see. Dark Elves. Orcs versus Dark Elves. So we'll probably check out a bit of that game before we get to our second game of our doubleheader this evening. So the Dark Elf team here has set up their defense. Just 7 remaining on the pitch. They've lost 4. 5 on the line now for the Gizzfest. They're going to try to block down these elves. All the friendly? Frenzy is not friendly. Let me tell you. All the frenzy players are in the wide zones. 2 on the left, 1 on the right. King Gizzard back to receive the ball. SP Beaver says, Malik better put that boar out there. Oh! Boo! Boo! It's going to be a touchback. It'll go in the hands of King Gizzard. Ajax the Riot demanding death. Not for the players, but for the coach. Ball in the hands of King Gizzard. Turn 9 underway now. Just 1 minute 45 seconds left on the bonus clock for Lizard Wizard Gizzfest. So they're going to have to be cognizant of that fact as they take their turns here. 2-die block on the nose guard. We'll get a knockdown. Did I block on Sassafras Salamander? Number 6. I guess if your name is Sassafras, Salamander is probably a better nickname for you. It's not even Sassafras, it's like Sassenfras. Sassenfra. Did I block on the left defensive end? Gets a push out of this. Under a minute to go here in turn 9 for the Gizzfest. Back up to 2 rerolls for the remainder of the game. In regulation play, games can end in a draw, but in any top 8 cuts, or of course the Blood Bowl itself, there are no draws. So in those situations, the game does play out in overtime. Something to be cognizant of is your bonus clock does not replenish in overtime. You get 7 minutes, 30 seconds for the entire duration of the game. Two-die blitz in the left wide zone will work out. Looking for a 9+ here. He got the 9+. Gets a stun. Lots of armor breaks on these Dark Elves. Starting to look like Wood Elves. Remember that, I mean, I guess speaking of, the Norse Berserker here, he did pick up Mighty Blow on this Norse Berserker. That gives him a +1 to his armor roll or his injury roll, whichever one he needs it for. Yeah, so the Gizzfest just hanging back, murdering elves. Has to be a little careful of some pressure from the elves. If they can open up a lane, they can start to apply some pressure on this ball. And then the offensive formation will be kind of picked apart here. Electric Man says, how often does the Gazette come out? Then I got lazy. So I try to do it no later than every 2 weeks. But, you know, I just, you know, I got stuff to do. But I try to make it no less than every 2 weeks. Or no later than every 2 weeks. No less than every 2 weeks? I guess that's the right phrasing. Ideally, it would be every week. One die block. Gets both standing result out of this back at the line of scrimmage. SP Beaver says, I hear it's been having an issue with people reading it for free and not paying them the quarter fee it asks for. Yeah, we've yet to make any money on it, but we're holding out hope. If you're unfamiliar. The Gazette, the MAML Gazette, that's the name of our website. You can check it out there. Oh, I appreciate it, Electric Spain. Thank you very much. One die block on the left side of the line here is a skull. This might be the end of the turn. Nope, it's going to spin the reroll here. Gets a push out of it on Gamma Knife. There's some issues in there. I can't remember which ones anymore, but I remember there was one issue we did. Oh, SP Beaver, thank you for the cheers. Our first payment. Thank you very much, SP Beaver. Thank you for the bits. Gizzfest now on turn 10. There's one issue in there. I don't remember which one, but I wrote it before the final, or it was either the final of a competition or a final of Blood Bowl or something. And I was like, well, I don't know who's gonna win. So I wrote 2 different issues. One if one team won and one if the other team won. And I put some, once one team won, instead of just publishing that one, I published both. And like, I think if you click on the image or maybe anywhere on the page like 10 times, it swaps over to the alternate universe one, where if the other team had won. So yeah, there's all sorts of little stuff we do in there. I'm gonna read SP Beaver's copy. He bought it to share. Blitz back at the line of scrimmage against Salamander. Gets a push out of this. Has to follow up. Two-die follow-up. Gets a push out of this as well. Again, has to follow up. Has no choice. Two-die block on Gorham. Gets a push here. So the line sort of disintegrating here for both teams. Well, I shouldn't say for both teams. Well, maybe now I say for both teams. But you can see Gizzfest holding a line here, holding a line here. Really sort of pushing the defense away. SB Beaver says, I'm sure Connor wishes he had just gotten these pushes in the first half. Yeah, I'm sure too. Ball's going to advance to the 8-yard line now to the Gizzfest zone. 8-yard line over in the right wide zone. Turn 10 now for Dangerous Knights crew. They are down on the scoreboard 0-1. They have one reroll left for the game. Finding their defense kind of pushed forward in this V-type shape by the offense. Trying to find a way to cut through. Might need to retreat, maybe regroup. Ajax says a chicken every now and then to see if a new issue has come out. I think SP Beaver is buying them all before I get one. Yeah, on the website we do like fluff because I think that's fun, and you know, Blood Bowl's always had fluff, so I like to keep that sort of tradition going. We also have the schedule, league standings, the Blood Bowl bracket as it's shaking out. That's the championship. We also have We have historical stats that you can sort and filter and group by. I'm almost ready to publish some more functionality to that, where you can actually look up individual matchups and things like that. We also have a link to Galentio's marvelous Snuffle.xyz, so you can see game stats. It hooks into the Blood Bowl 3 API, which I have requested access to. And well, I haven't actually checked the BB3 Discord yet to see if I got a response. I emailed them, I got no response. I don't know if I emailed the right people though. So we'll see. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff on the website that you might find helpful. 9 seconds left here on turn 10. Yeah, I spent the off season refactoring all. So we write all the software ourselves, and refactoring the services behind the website and the league management software and the Discord stuff and all that. And it has been so nice. It's been so nice to kind of fix it all. Dangerous Knights crew on the bonus clock now. 4 minutes, 23 seconds to go. 1 die block against People Vultures. Gets a push. Turn 11 now for the Gizzfest. They're in possession of the ball. They're in the lead. They have 2 rerolls. They have a 3-man player advantage as well. They have a 4-man player advantage, excuse me. Seconds down for the Gizzfest. Got a lot done at work today. It was an interesting day at work today. And I don't have a meeting tonight, which is weird. I mean, I welcome it. All right, so the Gizzfest retreating here to their own 14-yard line. Continuing to take blocks back just across the line of scrimmage here. They get a knockdown on Boss Lady. And now another knockdown on Slippers, the number 4 blitzer. 8+ breaks armor. SB Beaver says, if it'll help you stream, I can get on a meeting with you. Yeah, thanks, I appreciate it. The only downside of not having the standing meeting tonight is that I did something really cool and I wanted to show people. But it's fine. I can show them later. Is that a 50-50 dodge into this? My goodness. 50-50 dodge. Works out. Gets the knockdown. So how about this TPS reports? Oh, if only my meetings were that mundane. My money is on Squirkles. Nope. Well, maybe. I don't know. Turn 11 up in Dangerous Knights crew. They were lovely Squirkles. SPP says, okay, what have I missed and why are Squirkles the new thing? There was a meeting one night, the standing meeting on Tuesdays, where one of my co-owners was talking about design issues and talking about a new design for our software with Squirkles as like the button shapes for things, and that led to a whole discussion in the meeting. It's like, what's a Squirkle? It was a whole thing. Yeah, our Tuesday meeting is our meeting for leadership. So often the conversations are what is that? What's a squircle? There's a turnover. Turn 12 now for the Gizzfest. Two-die block. Over on the right side of the line. Get the knockdown due to the block skill. Gets a pal here against number 11, looking for an 8+ to break armor. Can he break some more? He can. Gets another removal. 5-man player advantage for the Gizzfest. But you know, you show me a nice squircle, and I'll be happy. It's the shape I didn't know I needed. Gizzfest looks like they're going to advance this ball by about 4 spaces. 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces. They cross the line of scrimmage over to the opposing 2-yard line in the right wide zone. They're going to set up a screen. Not a whole lot of L's remaining, just 6 on the pitch. Two-die block against Gorham. Gorham currently on the 10, will get pushed back to the 12. That's not going to cut it. Just takes the both down result, gets stunned in the process. Remember, the Wolf Warriors don't have the 8+. They are a quote-unquote standard armor of 9+. 9+, the most common armor you'll see on pieces in the game. Final turn of the third quarter coming up. The Dangerous Knights crew need to find a way to get this ball and try to get on the board. SB Beaver says just a few dodges and he could blitz the ball. Well, that's the strength of his team, right? In this matchup, the one thing he has that the opposing team doesn't, well, other than better armor, you wouldn't know it, but has the ad advantage. Agility 2+, doesn't get any better. It doesn't make the icon any bigger. Are we sure about the better armor thing? I'm set. The beer boar is like, you know what? Here. There, there's the beer boar. I will have my beer boar this half. 33 seconds left on the clock. Stands up sneak over in the left wide zone. Moves them back toward the ball. Might find himself behind the play here in just a moment. Is that an odd coincidence? 2+ dodge. Dice on the ball. 1 die blitz on the ball will be a knockdown. 8+ will break armor. Well done by the Dangerous Knights crew. Nobody's really left to recover this ball. We'll see where the ball bounces. Probably doesn't follow up. Maybe, I don't know. He is going to follow up. Breaks armor. My goodness, what a kick. And got a KO out of it, too. Wow, big loss here for the Gizzfest. Volks 1980, welcome to the stream. The only good elf isn't dead elf. I think you'll find many who agree with you. Decided to follow up here. Yes, that if the plan here was to move towards the ball, then standing still would have been the better option here, but no worries. Was able to remove that Valkyrie. The ball now on the Dangerous Knights crew's own, that's a lot of S's. 6-yard line over the right wide zone. Oh, that's right. You have a Wood Elf team. That's right. Gizzfest takes a mark on the ball with one of the linemen. 2-die block on Old Branch. Gets the knockdown here thanks to the block skill. Ajax says the aggression Connor plays his elf scares me. I don't know what his next move is. Yeah, I think that's just kind of new player stuff going on. It is scary though. If you have to play them, you're like, what is he capable of? Gets a knockdown on number 6. These elves are fearless. They are that. Repositions number 9. Robot stop to get between Sneak and the ball. Now the ball pickup. 3+ pickup. Fails the pickup here. Might spend the reroll on turn 13. We'll see. He does, but fails the pickup. That's a turnover. Ball's going to bounce back to the 4-yard line. Turn 13 now for the Dangerous Knights crew. Malik will often say in a game, scared money don't win no money. I look at it a little differently. Scared money don't lose no money. Two-die block fails the rush. If you are new to the game of Blood Bowl, Games Workshop mandates that a rush fails on a 1. You roll a d6. On a 1, it fails. And if you do the math on that, 6 divided by it's a 900% failure rate. You will fail the rush 900% of the time. Turn 14 for the Lizard Wizard Gizzfest. They want to recover this ball, get some more SPP, especially this early in the season. With potentially three competitions. You don't have to field the same team all 3 competitions. You don't even need to participate in all 3 competitions. But generally, a coach will to develop their team to pick up as much SPP as they need or want, and kit out the team the way they want. So it's especially important here in the early weeks of the season, the early weeks of a competition, in fact, to try to get that SPP, try to spread it out on the players that you want it on, try to get your skills early, because, right, just the earlier you have your skills, the more action, the more value you're going to get out of those skills, because you're going to be using those skills more over the course of the season. So, for example, here, number 2 is going to try to pick this ball up, succeeds on the pickup. If Lizard Wizard gets a touchdown, that'll bring him up to 6 SPP to level up. So, Malik almost certainly looking to do that. SB Beaver says, okay, dodge the single dice block, push on the ball, bounce it back, pick it up for the elf, dodge. Perfect. We've seen plays. We've seen plays. Two-die block over on the left side of the line on Boss Lady. Gets a pow out of this. Turn 14 for the Dangerous Knights crew. 3 turns to try to stop this score. 3 turns and six elves. Can they do it? Clypheus. Welcome to the stream, Clypheus. Clypheus says, Nuffle always happens. Indeed. We'll often talk about strategies like formations, anchor formations, chevrons, caging, half cages, for where to kick the ball. But really, one of the tactics nobody ever really talks about that's very, very important in this game is praying to Nuffle. Get your prayers in. For if you do not, Nuffle may not be kind. Dodges. Boss Lady back into the secondary. Valkyrie currently in scoring position. He's marked these two players here. So this player here and this player here, these are not lending assists, right? These are marked by opposing players. These two players are. Oh, took the uphill blitz. Could have made that a 1-die. Took the uphill blitz instead. But that's gonna work out. Oh, you know what? Make it an uphill blitz. When you roll like that, somebody's been praying to Nuffle. I got a stun out of it. Well, oh boy. I took the 2-die uphill. Got a stun out of it as well. Well done by the Dangerous Knights crew. Of course you're not gonna succeed on the rush. What did I just say? Rushes fail 900% of the time. Take the eye uphill, that's fine. SPV, thank you for the bits. But don't rush. Don't you dare rush. Good armor break here. Good stun. SP Beaver with the emergency rush warning. Clavy says my beer board needs to blitz more. You know what? I hope he gets an opportunity to. I hope one day you get a 2-die on your beer board. That would make me very happy. Gizzfest currently in their penultimate turn of the game. They're in the lead 1-0. They won. Reroll remaining the ball on the ground on the Dangerous Knights crew's own 8-yard line. Coming up after this game, we've got Doug the Minotaur's Dinnerbell Darlings versus As Bad as Raiders. Electric Man's Undead team. It's Doors versus Undead. That's scheduled to start about 49 minutes from now. We'll drop in on the Tizark Savage Boys versus NC Snakes game before that. Doug the Minotaur, the Season 3 champion. With the return of the Dinnerbell Darlings and the return of Kevin Bacon himself back to the pitch. 3+ pickup works out. Now has the ball in the hands of Invisible Face. Rookie player with no SVP currently. Moves that ball off to the left. Still at center pitch on the opposing 16-yard line. Gizzfest back on the bonus block. Double skulls here. Spend their final team re-roll into a push. They're under a minute on the bonus clock now. Two-die block on Slippers. Gets a knockdown. Oh, he didn't blitz. Whoa! No blitz. Turn 15 for the Dangerous Knights crew. Well, I mean... Oh, no. That elf needed to be the one to score, I think. But went for the blitz here. Didn't work out. Turn 16 for the Gizzfest. They'll walk the ball in with no rerolls left. They'll walk this ball in and increase their lead 2-0. Unless they're looking to pass this ball to get it on someone else. So the problem with that blitz is that if you want to recover the ball and get on the board, you're going to need somebody to score. It's turn 15, which means you need to have somebody in scoring position at that point. That was the player to do it, I think. That was the player that was going to go down and be the threat to score. But either way, a pretty good showing, I think. A brand new Blood Bowl coach. Certainly a lot better than I ever was. Perhaps even am. 7 players on the pitch here for the Dangerous Knights crew. They're going to have 1 turn left on offense. Wait, the defense? Oh, no. So Malik leaving this defense in formation here for this potentially final turn of the game. So going to give up a bunch of blocks and a blitz on these players. Could have positioned him here in the backfield here, just maybe on the 22 here, just in case there was a timeout. Try to keep those players safe. Yeah, the boar has to take the pitch. Brilliant coaching. That's not going to do it. Not going to do it. The reroll is going to go to the Gizzfest. Dangerous Knights crew is going to lose this one 0-2. We'll see if they get any SPP out of this. So they can block down the line and blitz. And then even throw this ball for some SPP. There are 4 ways to gain SPP in this game. SPP is star player. Oh, it's going to go for the pickup first. Should have taken the blocks first. Failed to pick up. That'll be the game. 2-0. The Gizzfest is going to win this one. Four ways to score SPP. SPP are star player points. Those are the experience points in this game of Blood Bowl. You can get 1 SPP for being the thrower on a completed reception. You get 2 SPP for causing a casualty on an opposing piece. You get 3 SPP for scoring a touchdown. You get 4 SPP for being declared the MVP of the game. Let's take a look at these standings real quick before we hop over to the next game. So with that win, the Lizard Wizard Gizzfest jumps up into 3rd place. Well done to Malik, currently undefeated. Congratulations. And a great showing by Connor. Again, as a new coach to the game of Blood Bowl, already leagues ahead of where I was. So really good showing. I think what's nice about new coaches, and I think veteran coaches really don't process this, I think, and can be blindsided by this. You see this in gaming all the time. I saw it all the time in the FGC. I saw it in X-Wing. New coaches have the benefit of the veterans. So they get to play the veterans, they get to watch the veterans, they have all of this body of knowledge that they can consume a whole lot faster than the vets did when they were new. So you watch these new coaches get really good really fast, and I'm excited to see where Connor takes this team, and excited to see more games. Again, well played by both coaches. That was a lot of fun. We're going to kick over to this other game now, see where they are in the middle of their game. Turn 11 now. It's a 0-0 ball game with the Tizork set. No, with the NC Snakes in possession of the ball on the opposing 2-yard line. So we enter this game in the 4th quarter. Looks like it's 10v10 on the pitch. Lots of journeymen on the roster here for the Dark Elf team. Turn 12 now for the NC Snakes. This is Tizzle Bizzle versus Moob. But they killed Kevin Bacon. That's coming up next. All right, what division is this? I think it's Division C. So we can currently see that the NC Snakes are in 5th place. They drew in week 1, looking for their first win here in week number 2. Tizork Savage Boys looking for their first win here in week 2 as well. Clevy says, "Oh yeah, this is my division. How come here might actually matter in my next games?" Two-die block on Little Yoshi, 1979. Gets a POW here. Looking for a big 10+. Orcs, the canonical bashing team. When you buy a box of Blood Bowl, like the base box, you get a team of humans, you get a team of orcs. Two-die block gets the knockdown due to the block skill. Well done. So this is another Dark Elf team. Hey, Jackson 0-0. Snooze. Oh, Gamer Mike, welcome to the stream. Two-die block gets a knockdown on Bernie Buffon. Buffon? Ajax the Right asks, how much death has there been in this game? There's been 1 injury, and it's been a gobbo. Of course, Tizzle Bizzle themselves. And then a KO on Garter, the number 6 lineman. Two-plus dodge. And now turn 12 for the Tizork Savage Boys. On defense, trying to stop the score here. Must have been on offense to start the game. And if you're new to the game, the way you can tell that, right, is whoever started the game or whoever started the half. Like if you see this offset of turns here, whoever started the half will have done their turn first. So the Tizork Savage Boys must have gone second. The first team is the one that had the ball. So the Tizork Savage Boys on defense, they must have started on offense to start this game. Like we said, what happened to the Gobbo? Let's find out. Serious injury, or badly hurt. So effectively nothing. Dinnerbell Darlings, they don't have a death roller, right? I don't think they do. POW on Black Mamba. So these Witch Elves, we didn't see this on Connor's team. This is another key position on a Dark Elf team. Oh, gets a stun out of this. Ball carrier knocked down. The ball is going to be knocked into the left wide zone on the 2-yard line, on the NC Snake Zone 2-yard line. These Witch Elves, right? We saw Frenzy on the Norse team. Well, Dark Elves have access to Frenzy as well. They have these Witch Elves. They're frail. They're only an AV of 8+, but they're MA7. They have Jump Up. They have Frenzy. They have Dodge. They're very good pieces. Two-die block on the Wood Elf dice here. Gets a knockdown due to the block skill. Orc team also has access to 4 blitzers. They also have these big in blockers. They're a strength of 4. Very, very strong team. Very bashy team, I guess I should say. Very bashy team. They've got block, easy access to block, strength 4 on the big in blockers. They like to cage up, bash people down, open up a hole, and move that ball down pitch. Turn 13 now for the NC Snakes. 4th and final quarter in this game begins. Our next full game coming up in about 38 minutes. That will be the Dinnerbell Darlings versus As Bad as Raiders. Doug the Minotaur versus Electric Span. Dwarfs versus Undead. Undead team is a very good team in my opinion. One of my favorite teams. My favorite team are humans, but Undead are one of my favorite teams. Wood Elves are one of my favorite teams. And Undead just have great positionals right out of the gate. At TV 1 million, they're just a really solid roster. Dwarves, of course, everybody's favorite team to play. Good recovery here by the Snakes. They're going to move the ball back one space to the 4. Can't dodge? You can't dodge? Ajax says, boo, Dwarves, boo. Clever says, before Doug gets a lot of guard, the Undead are more able to punch through. I think everyone who gets to play like certain teams, like a Dwarven team, early, are counting their blessings. They're saying, you know what? This is the best it'll ever be. Electric Man says, I've been playing Blood Bowl for about 6 months. I'll try to do them justice. I'm sure it'll be fun one way or another. I wish you luck. Oh, Gamer Mike says, I hope my streak of killing a player every game keeps up next week. Clavy says, I get to play him last. Well, that's unfortunate. Unless something definitely the team somehow. Like, I don't know, Araraz getting fireballed. Savage Boys going for the block here with Chelsea Zola. Chelsea Zola gets a stun out of this. Tizzlebizzle, in my opinion, Tizzlebizzle, not a newcomer to the league, but somewhat new. I don't know if they do the Blood Bowl or not, but really has great defense. I think does a real good job of just understanding the advantage of their formation and where they are, and not overextending, not getting greedy, and just doing a really good job. Failed the 3+ dodge here on the right side. We'll let that rock. No, spent the reroll. Reroll failed. Wanted to get the blitz, the 2-die blitz on the ball carrier. Didn't work. Turn 14 now for the NC Snakes. It's currently just a 2+ dodge away by Copperhead. Still not quite in scoring position though. And now it's instead of a dodge, it's going to be a 2-die block, probably a blitz on number 2, Lorac Extreme. If you kill Kevin Bacon with a beer board, you will be a hero whose legend is sung to children at night, to teach them that anything is possible. Gonna blitz with the Witch Elf instead. Gets a pal here. Ooh, breaks armor as well. Gets a stun. That's a very good stun. That's a player that they'll not have to worry about for the rest of the game, more than likely. Repositions the Witch Elf to mark Chelsea Zola. Wait, I'm not already a legend being taught to the children? Slander. I was excited to get a level up at all after week 1. I got block on one of my linemen. I'm playing humans, so that'll do. That'll do. Salamander, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Thank you very, very much. Welcome to the stream. Another armor break. Gets a stun. Thank you, Salamander. Thank you very, very much. Again, welcome to the stream. I appreciate it. 3+ to a 2+ dodge works out. I spoke too soon. Turn 14 for the Tizzork Savage boys. 0-0 ball game. They have one re-roll remaining. Looks like I might... No, I have this right. Positions a big end blocker here to take a mark on both Taipon, the number 11 lineman, and Cottonmouth, the number 2 blitzer. Under a minute to play in turn 14. Here's the blitz. Here's the blitz on the rush. 2-die blitz. Gets the knockdown. Well done. Big armor break out of this as well. Copperhead basically out for the, I would say, and rest of the game, sure. Dodge push on Black Mamba here, the number 1 Witch Elf. Man, I love the way Tizzle plays defense, man. Except, I don't want to play against it. Another armor break, gets an injury. Well done, 2 Kaz. 2 Kaz for Corn. Turn 15 for the NC Snakes. Big old mosh pit forming around the ball here. Both teams desperately looking to score. It's on the Savage Boys half of the pitch right now. Dark Elf team definitely has a speed advantage. Tizzle with Rambo right outside of scoring range. Desperate fight for this ball to try to get a win here in week 2. Gets the knockdown on Bernie Buffin. Knockdown on Shunter USA. Got the one die block here. Remember, the big unblockers are a strength of 4. Fails the 3+ dodge. Has the free reroll with the dodge skill. Works out. Failed the pickup. That'll be a turnover. Ball's going to bounce back to the 6-yard line. Turn 15 for the Savage Boys. Can they end this turn in scoring position, perhaps even in possession of the ball? Clefy says, do we have any teams that have made their strategy passing with passing being even riskier? I mean, I guess there are people who can threaten the pass, right? You've got pro elves, but I don't think Skaven, yeah. But I think the MO for any team is right. So it's Blood Bowl, right? It's luck mitigation. So you're doing whatever you want to minimize the risk for everything, and it generally means trying not to pass. Sydney for the halflings is a passer, sure. Human passers, human throwers, yeah. I mean, I try to always, with my human team, you know, I've got a thrower, I've got 2 catchers so far. I at least try to, in case something goes wrong. "15 seconds to go here. The Savage Boys. Lorax Dream and Rambo both have an opportunity to score. Double Skulls has to spend the reroll. Final reroll spent. Gets the knockdown on Iona Math, the number 10 lineman, the journeyman. Pushes onto the ball. Where's the ball going to bounce? Oh, that's not theirs. That's not. All right. So that's gonna be Rambo moving forward and Lorax Dream probably moving backwards. Nope. Gonna try to win, or gonna try to draw this game here. Turn 16 coming up for the NC Snakes. What is the number 1? Oh, it was a bug. I was like, why was there a number 1 on here? Well, you hover over it and it's now an infinity symbol. All right, turn 16 for the NC Snakes. Massive scrum with the Zork team moving in on the ball, saying, fine, if I can't get it, neither will you. We'll see what the NC Snakes do here. They've got a minute 16 left on the clock and another minute 12 on the bonus clock. They have no rerolls remaining. It's just, I don't know why I find that so funny. It's just the 2+ just instantly falling over. Final turn of the ball game here. Tizzler Savage Boys are not going to be able to score, but they can get some SVP here. It's just, the animation is just so funny. It's yeah, that's what it is, Boom. That's what it is. It's like, all right, let me carefully plot out what I'm going to do. All right, I've got a plan. And then they just flip over. 8+ looking for an 8+ on Black Mamba here to get 2 SPP on Chelsea Zola. Here's the armor break. Doesn't get the SPP. It's another pal here on Rat, looking for a 9+ this time. Doesn't get it. Moop says KO's good. Yep. If you're KO'd, you're safe. Did Blitz gets the knockdown here thanks to the block skill, but gets nothing out of it. Got through the animosity roll. That'll be the game. 0-0, the final of this one. So with that, the NC Snakes will be in 5th place. Their second draw here in week number 2. Tizark Savage boys picking up a draw here in week number 2 as well. Plenty of more games for these coaches, for these teams to play. There's 9 weeks of regulation with a cut to top 8, and that is just the first competition of the season. We have 2 more opens after this, as well as the invitational. We're gonna, I think what we're gonna do here, we have our second game of our doubleheader coming up. Triple header at this point? Double and a quarter header. I think what we're gonna do is, since the timing has worked out, we'll just we'll kick over to the 10-minute countdown, like as if the stream were just starting. We'll kick over to that 10-minute countdown, grab something to drink, get a not terribly delicious out-of-season apple from the kitchen, and then we'll kick into the intro and then the pregame for our second game tonight. It's going to be Dwarves versus Undead. It's going to be great. I hope you stick around. See you in a few minutes.